Final Fantasy IV for PSP. So this one was developed by Square Enix and published by Square Enix, and then released in PAL regions on April 22nd, 2011. So this one is strange because it's different than the other two Final Fantasy games on the PSP. I say the other two because I don't think 3 was released in Europe for the PSP, which is disappointing because I really like the art style of Final Fantasy IV and 1 and 2 on the PSP. It's like kind of sprite based, but it's kind of really detailed, and it doesn't look like cheap, or it doesn't look like a flash game, and it doesn't look like those sort of modern retro games either where it's like really pixelated. It's just a really nice kind of art style. So I finished Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2 on the PSP. Final Fantasy 1 is okay, Final Fantasy 2 is really good, but the story just wasn't there. It didn't really keep you hooked. And then Final Fantasy 3 then was a letdown because I had to play that on the DS, but I didn't like the graphics because they're all like the chibi style. And I did a video on Final Fantasy 4 already, basically like just chatting about kind of getting into the Final Fantasy series, because I've only really played maybe like 2 or 3 Final Fantasy games. So I wanted to start from the start because I didn't want to miss anything in Final Fantasy 1. But Final Fantasy 4 then, so this one has a few different things with it as well, because it has like the After Years, which is like a game. It's not great, to be honest. It doesn't really add much to the central game. I suppose like it's more story and stuff. And it has another couple of things with it as well. Final Fantasy IV Interlude, which is basically between Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy IV The After Years. So yeah, it's okay. I kind of just liked the main game better. So this is, after playing 1, 2 and 3, this is actually the best one of the, and 4. This is the best one so far. So again, I'm not playing the original Nintendo, the Pixel remaster versions. I'm playing the PSP version here, obviously with the PSP review. But yeah, this one is, in my opinion, is the best. It's got the most advanced story of the whole album so far. It's sort of like kind of very dramatic as well, and the locations are very good. You know, in like in earlier Final Fantasy games, you have like a little area you're exploring, and then you have this huge area then you kind of like you see a bit later. In the first couple of games, it's like you're on a bit of the continent, and then you realise, no, there's the rest of the continent. In Final Fantasy 3 then, you're on one continent, and then you go like through like a dimensional portal or something, and then you go to like a huge continent. But then in Final Fantasy 4 then, you have the big continent, but then you have the underground, and you have the moon as well. So it's kind of like they're kind of keeping the thing going of have like a little map, and then like having like, once you get like a bit away into the game, you have this like huge map or multiple maps. I remember with Final Fantasy 7 it was like that as well, where you have Midgar, and then you get outside of Midgar and you realise the world is huge compared to like what Midgar was like. Yeah, but the combat is very similar to the previous games. The leveling up system is a lot different than Final Fantasy 2. I have to say, a lot of people don't like the leveling up system in Final Fantasy 2, like the way you have to like hit yourself and keep using the magic and keep using the weapons to level them up. But I really got used to it, and then once I played Final Fantasy 3 and 4, then it was kind of like, it was a bit strange because there wasn't like a point to me attacking, or there wasn't a point to me taking damage. But it's just a bit different anyway. So it's a bit simpler, but I like the more focus on the summons in this as well, which is pretty cool, because that was one of my favourite parts of the Final Fantasy 7 8 was the summon monsters when I was playing it years ago. But then obviously the kind of the FMV of the summons kind of gets annoying after a while because it keeps playing over and over again. But this one has the kind of start of the summons. They're not called summons in this though, they're called something else. I can't remember what it is now. I finished this, I started Final Fantasy 1 like a year ago, and then I played Final Fantasy 2 and 3 in the same year, and then I started this at the start of this year, and I finished it there recently. So I'm going on to Final Fantasy 5 next. Just to keep going, then I'll play 6. So I did play 6 before, I didn't finish it though. I got so far, and then I think I started Earthbound or something. But yeah, Final Fantasy 5 will be completely new to me, and then obviously Final Fantasy 6, then I'll be a little bit accustomed to it, but I'm going to finish it as well. Then I'm going to play Final Fantasy 7 Remake, because I don't think I'm going to play original Final Fantasy 7 again. So if you played Final Fantasy 4, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Adios.